Should have put on some more makeup. Anyway, that's what we're going with today. This shirt is not doing me any favors, but it is cute. Look, this is one of my merch shirts, Never Better, but it's not my color, I'm realizing, because it's the same color as my skin. Okay, anyway, I need to focus here. Hello, my friends. I just want to do a little follow-up video to my last video because I had a couple people just asking me a few questions. So we're just going to follow up. If you have never been here before for some reason, this is your first video, sorry, it's going to be confusing, but I live with multiple chronic illnesses and I am just sick all day, every day. And I share about that here on the internet. And also my mom is here with the kids, so they are taken care of, but you might hear them in the background. And I'm just not up for trying to get them to be quiet for this video. So here we are, loud kids. Anyway, so I've been trying to figure out what to do, if I should keep going to doctors and try to figure out more about what's going on with my health. And people were asking, well, don't you already know what's going on? So if you don't know, I've been diagnosed with many things, but okay, so I've been diagnosed with small intestine bacterial overgrowth, which I think is getting better. I think we've got that under control right now. I also have been diagnosed with like IBS, just like irritable bowel syndrome, fibromyalgia, which is essentially chronic pain and fatigue, and POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, which is that my blood does not circulate well. I typically have low blood volume and get dizzy and yeah, just don't have good blood circulation. And endometriosis and PCOS. However, I did have a hysterectomy, so those are under control now, gone. Gallbladder disease, but I also got my gallbladder removed, so that is gone. Chronic migraines, which are its own thing that I have been working on and shared many videos about, and that is getting better. And I was diagnosed with Hashimoto's disease, which is an autoimmune disease. However, I feel like that might be a misdiagnosis. I don't know why, I've never really felt right about it, but then also I feel like, I don't know. I've just never really felt right about that because sometimes I get tested and things are weird with my thyroid and other times it's totally fine and I won't be on medication and it'll be fine. So anyway, that one we're not sure about. I was also diagnosed with mast cell activation syndrome at one point, but I haven't really ever done anything about that. And again, it was one of those where like, we don't know what's wrong, so maybe it's this. And I felt like my fibromyalgia diagnosis was like that. We don't know what this is, so we're going to diagnose you with fibromyalgia. IBS, same thing. We don't know why you have gut problems, so we're just going to call it IBS. And they never fully sat right with me, but I do think that I do have some unexplained pain due to like emotional trauma. I held in a lot of emotions for many, many years. I've been through lots of trauma therapy. I've done lots of things. I need to share more videos about this because I feel like I haven't really gone into that part of my health as much because a lot of it's personal, but there's some things that I do want to share with you. So I'll try to share some more videos about my emotional health journey. I did EMDR therapy for 2 years for every single week. Now I do it once a month, sometimes every other week, depending on how things are going. I am doing therapy, but I went from having night terrors and just insane anxiety, like insane, to like now I can function and it comes up sometimes, but I can kind of handle it. Anyway, so I do think that I have some physical symptoms that have come from like some emotional stuff, but I have done so much healing in that area and I'm still sick. And so I was really hopeful when I started doing the trauma therapy that maybe that would fix some of my physical symptoms because I needed to heal some of my emotions. And I am a completely different person emotionally than I was a few years ago, and now I'm still sick. So I do think that fibromyalgia has a lot to do with like the emotions, and that it can be, you know, really unexplained pain and fatigue that I do have. And it could be that it's just not something that is going to go away, even though I've healed my emotional health. I don't know. The whole point of this is to say that this whole time I've been diagnosed with all these different things, and I've always felt like there was a piece missing. And I remember when I got diagnosed with POTS, postural orthostatic tachycardia syndrome, I thought that was my missing piece, and I think it was a huge piece of my puzzle. But I don't know how to explain it, but there's just something in my gut, maybe literally, maybe figuratively, that feels like we're missing something. And it could totally just be in my head, and that we have figured everything out. But I don't know why, there's just something that feels like there's a missing piece. And I think while I was having babies, I let it go. And I said, you know what, we'll figure it out one day. I'm not in a rush, I'm not in a hurry. And although I don't feel like I'm in a hurry to figure it out, I do feel like I am curious. And so I keep having this push in. Okay, now we're getting really bright. What's happening? This lighting is wild. Okay, maybe if I turn this way. Oh, not my best day. Sorry friends, but this is all we got today. Anyway, and did I make my bed for this video? Of course not. I'm feeling so sick today. I cannot. Okay. Aimee, get on with it. All of this is just to say that there's always been a part of my brain that feels like it's missing something. And I don't know if that's just me, but it doesn't really feel like it. It feels like, I don't know what to call it, but this is really confusing. I know this doesn't make sense to most of you, but there's a part of me that just knows there's a piece missing to my story. And yeah, so anyway, that's why some of you were like, okay, why are you frustrated that, in my last video, that I was frustrated that all my testing came back normal when I've already been, you know, figured a lot of things out. It's because there is a part of me that still feels like we don't have the full picture, that we don't know everything, and that we haven't explored everything. It's expensive, it's time consuming, it's emotionally draining. And I know some of you in that last video noticed that I just looked emotionally drained, and I am in a lot of ways, but I have ups and downs. I'm a human, and some days I've got this and some days I'm really struggling. So anyway, my camera is about to die, so we'll just finish up here at my quote short video. I always talk too much. Anyway, hopefully that makes sense. It probably didn't, but if anybody can relate, let me know. Okay. I guess that's all. Bye, my friends.